When I was a little boy in my grade school, we have this English class, and our teacher taught us how to write a poem. And he mentioned to us this man who is an English writer by the name of Cecil Francis Alexander, that he wrote one of these famous poems named, I don't remember the title, but the verse says like this. I don't also remember how the verse goes on. I don't memorize it completely right now, but the verse says like this: all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The purple-headed mountain, the river, right there, down there, running by, the sunset, and the morning that brightens up the sky. And you know what? It took me like 40 years before realizing that Cecil Francis Alexander is a nature lover. You know why? Because while I am beholding this majestic scenery right here in my background, I started to remember of how Cecil Francis Alexander described the nature that God had created. Imagine that, the purple-headed mountain. The mountain right there is not really purple, but because of the bluish um yeah, that kind, I can't explain how to explain it, but it's a little bit purplish, maybe because of the wind and the haziness that makes it purple. But it doesn't matter because it looks purple, not because I'm wearing this glass. With or without this glass, still purplish. So I start imagining of how beautiful and awesome this universe is, and Cecil Francis Alexander can only describe it in a human perspective. And you know what? I love nature because I do believe personally that God, the creator of this vast universe, intended to create this beautiful, majestic nature, not just for like here, but for us humans to appreciate and to enjoy the beauty of God's creation. I can only think, I can only fathom and only theologize more than 6,000 years ago, before human committed sin, that God intentionally created this world perfectly with the original design. That these mountains right here that you can see in my background is actually God's purpose of making human being happy. God truly created man not to worship him only, but to enjoy the beauty of his creation also. It's just so sad that humans fall to sin. But the good thing is that God has always an alternate plan and a plan of salvation through Jesus Christ. But one day, those original plan of God will be restored in that new heaven and new earth. And I do believe, as majestic and as grandiose as it is right now in front of me. Actually, I'm standing right here at 3,000 feet in the ground level. I'm here in this rock, and right now, this camera of mine cannot give justice of how high it is, but it's, according to my altimeter, it's 3,000 feet high, and I'm on the top of this mountain in this rock. I love mountains. I love, cliffhanger. I'm not afraid of what they called in term for that, acrophobia. I like it. So let me continue. This weekend is actually a beautiful weekend for me because you know what? I just graduated last Sunday from a master's degree in Andrews University, and for 4 years, more or less 5 years, yeah. This is the first time that I felt relief and release all the stresses that class can throw you off. For the first time of my life, I felt released from the burden of thinking about reading thousands of books, making reaction papers and reports and exegesis and all those research that you have to do, and everything that your professor can throw at you, not to punish you, but to make you learn. But for some reason, I don't really see it before, but now I'm starting to grasp why they are doing it. And indeed, it is an education for me. For 5 years that I've been agonizing with my study in my master's, finally, it feels like I have this long thorns in my heart and flesh that finally it was removed last Sunday when the president of the university conferred all the graduate students of class 2020, including myself, to finally graduate. And I thank the Lord for that. And that's why I thought that I have to treat myself and celebrate of this accomplishment. Of course, this accomplishment is not only because of me, but because of God, who really allowed me to study. And also, there are many people involved, professors, my friends, and even those enemies that I have, if ever I have. All of you guys are part of my life, whether to bless me or to annoy me. And you know what? Because of those things, it made me of who I am today. And so, friends, allow me or join with me as I celebrate my success with God's permission. Because this success is not only me, it's God's success too. Look at this grandiose, marvelous, and beautiful scenery right here in front of me. Look at that. I don't know exactly where I am, but I still believe I'm still in Alaska. But to be honest with you, I am, I think, 35 miles to Valdez. So I don't know what's this place right here. But I've been driving since last night, 12:30 in the early morning, until right now. And while I'm driving the road, admiring the beauty of this staggeringly beautiful nature, I uncovered this hidden treasure of beautiful, grandiose beauty in this world that only Alaska can cater. So, friends, classmates, fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, those who don't know me that are watching this video right now, I encourage you to please, I beg you, please, come here in Alaska and spend time with your family, your spouses, your children, your loved ones, to stay in the nature for at least 1 week and enjoy the beauty of this nature that God had prepared for all of you. So I'm inviting you once again to come here in Alaska. I'm not paid by the Department of Tourism, but I would really love you guys to come here and enjoy this beautiful scenery. This is your friend Efer Caroro, enjoying my weekend and celebrating the success that God had allowed me to do right here in this majestic, the last frontier, God's country, Alaska. Have a nice weekend and stay safe. Bye bye for now.